Hey, greetings everyone from our home to yours. This is the fourth Sunday in Easter, and it is Mother's Day. In Illinois, it is one of the most attended Sundays of the whole year, sometimes even more attended than Christmas or Easter, believe it or not. I guess in Illinois, we love our moms. And Mom, I love you. Happy Mother's Day. To my beautiful wife, thank you for being an awesome mom, and thank you for producing such a awesome son. So our lectionary passages for today, except for the passage from Acts, all have one theme, and that is that the Lord is our shepherd. Everyone knows Psalm 23, and it says that the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Our other passages, Revelation chapter 7, verses 9 through 17. And this is a picture of Jesus, who is the Lamb at the center of the throne, who is our shepherd, the Bible says. John 10, verses 22 through 30. Jesus is telling a group of people that are not his sheep that he is our shepherd, and that his sheep know his voice, and that he knows them because they follow him, meaning his sheep. And so that group of people that he was talking to were not his sheep because they didn't know him and they didn't follow him. Now, for most of us, the idea or the concept of sheep and shepherds is really a foreign concept. We do not raise a lot of sheep in the United States. A lot of people don't know anything about raising sheep because we just don't have a lot of them. Maybe more out west, but definitely in the Midwest, in the East, in the South, not a lot of sheep being raised. Now, there are some hobby farms out there and some small farms that have sheep and goats, but not to the extent that we see the metaphors in the Bible. And so a lot of the sheep metaphor is lost on a lot of us. So some of you know that I worked on a farm and I have worked with sheep, and I have a few sheep stories and a few sheep analogies and metaphors. But there's one story that I want to share with you, or one analogy that I want to share with you that's kind of a frustrating one. And that is that sheep really, really are just one of the most defenseless animals that are there. They just really can't or won't do anything but try to run around when a predator comes after them. And unfortunately, the lambs are even more defenseless than the sheep. There was a dog or a coyote that was killing the lambs on the farm that I worked on, and it didn't eat them. It didn't eat the lambs. It just killed them and left them just for fun. And it was so sad and frustrating because if I stayed out there all night, the lambs lived. But if I didn't, because of school, they died. And most of them died that year. I hope you caught that. When the shepherd is there to protect the sheep, they lived. When there was no shepherd to protect the sheep, they died. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not in any way talking about the shepherd being the pastor of the church. And I know that that word is used and the imagery is there, but I'm using the word shepherd solely for Jesus in this context. So without Jesus as our shepherd to protect us, Satan will just kill us for fun. And all the church can do is just watch or run around scared. Or that's what the church seems to be doing. And lately, Satan has been doing a lot of killing of our young sheep because of the failures of the church and the pastors that are hitting the headlines. But that is only one part of it. I think that Satan is able to do a lot of killing of young sheep because a lot of the church has stopped relying on Jesus to be their shepherd. They think that they can do it themselves. They think that they can protect themselves. They think that their pastor is all the shepherd that they need. And Satan sneaks in and he destroys them. But that doesn't need to happen at all. So pastors, the most important thing you can do for your church is get out of the way and stop trying to lead them, but lead them in prayer. Then teach them how to pray for you and to pray for one another. And after you've prayed for them, then taught them to pray for you and others, pray, and then pray some more. Maybe if you spent less time trying to learn about being a leader and lead your church in prayer, not so many young sheep will die. I hope. But for me, the Lord is my shepherd. The Lord is, and no one else. Grace and peace to you. May you have a great week.